Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, video 1, here we are. I'm making coffee because I wasn't sure what else to do for my first video. I got the idea from, I think, Bon Appetit, I think. They did a video series of each of their different employees, or like each of their different people who make videos on like what their coffee routine is. And I was like, that sounds kind of fun. And since I'm kind of a coffee weirdo, I thought I'd do it as well. So here we are. So here we go. My coffee routine. So first off, I am a huge stickler for good coffee. So my coffee that I currently use is one that we roast from home. So my dad and I are kind of coffee fiends, and we roast our own coffee, roast our own coffee beans. And so we've been roasting our own coffee, so I kind of have like a taste for it, and I enjoy it more than anything else. This is my little grinder. I already ground it up because it's too much effort to do that on camera. It's all in here. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is a pour over. It's a very common way of making coffee at home. Personally, my favorite because it helps get some of like the different notes that you wouldn't taste in normal coffee out of it. My joyous mug. It's beautiful. There's little music notes on it because I'm a nerd. And then finally, sugar. This particular sugar is an unmilled sugar, so it's a cane. It's like a base cane sugar. I think I have the package somewhere. I'm blind. Let's see. Nope, that's tea. Whole separate segment I could do on tea. That entire green bin is tea. I forget where I put stuff. There it is. No, that's flour. Lies, I lied to myself. Okay. I don't know where I put my tea. Oh yeah. There's brown sugar. Where's my sugar? I don't even remember. It's whatever. But yeah, it's basically this, it's a cane sugar that's been unmilled. And then over here we have our water in this fun little kettle that I got as a Christmas present last year. You put on this little pad and it heats up your water for you. And I adore that thing so much. I use it to make my tea, I use it to make oatmeal, coffee. But the reason why I make it with coffee is because of the spout. So this spout right here helps you moderate how much water you're using. And it's absolutely wonderful. So, this particular type of coffee is a darker roast. So, I don't want to use too much or my coffee can get really, really dark. But, as soon as the water heats up, then we'll make our coffee. Now, as I said before, this is my first video, so you will have to cut me a little bit of slack. I've never done a YouTube video before, but I thought while the water was heating up, I'd just say that again. This is the first time I'm ever doing this, and to those of you who saw this on TikTok, hi. If not, hello, my name is Axium. That's my boy. And for those of you who are wondering, he is a red fox, but also an African wild dog. Now, I know it doesn't look like it, but it is. So, for example, the ears, they're a lot curvy. They're more, what's the word? They're more of an oval shape. And then on the back, my head, I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but he has some spots. So I love that about him. Oh, the water is done. Okay, pour time. Now, this part is very special, and I have to do this very carefully. Here we go.
All right, so editor's note. Right here, if you notice that the sound quality of my voice has changed, that's because I took off my head so I could pour easier. So just so you know, that's why it sounds different. Alrighty, so one thing to keep in mind when pouring is to go very slow. Now, this particular method, as I said before, is a pour over. But the first thing that you want to do is to make sure to get all of the grounds coated. So then they do what you call a bloom. And that's what this is, where it starts pushing all of the air that's in the coffee grounds up. And that's where you see the bubbling right there. And it does that for a second, and that's what's called blooming. And so that's the first part. But the most important thing about making coffee is going slow. Because if you go too fast, then the coffee won't be as good, and in turn won't be as concentrated, so it won't be as good in general, and it wouldn't taste as good, because you can't taste everything if it's made quickly. That's why I hate instant coffee. For example, this coffee that my roommates left me, that's tea for another day. Or example, that nasty stuff, instant coffee. I have not thrown it in the trash yet, which is very sad. So now you can see that all of those bubbles are there where air was in the coffee grounds. So now that's gone. And now it's done that, that's what's the blooming phase. And then after that, we're going to go around and we're going to go around the sides and evenly coat all of the coffee. And then we take this little motion to go across and make all the things happen, all the good things. Now, at this point, we want it to sit for a second, and while that's sitting and going through and making some beautiful black coffee, we are going to open up my sugar. Look, so like, see those like spots, the speckles in it? So that's the beauty of unmilled sugar, is because it's concentrated, so you don't have to use as much, but it's also super good for you because it's not gone through and it goes through the process to become white, which, I mean, it's sugar, so yeah. It's not great for you, but since it's a cane sugar that's unfiltered and unmilled, it tends to be a lot better for you. So ta-da. I use around 2 scoops from this little teaspoon. It's a lovely spoon that I use for coffee and tea, and I love it. So we have that in the coffee. And now that that has taken place, we can put that aside. And so now we have this hole. Now, one thing to keep in mind whenever we have this hole is to make sure that it doesn't stay that way, because if we leave that hole, it goes so deep, it makes it where the coffee won't be as strong because it's not going through as many grounds as it would if it was all around. So at this point, we want to go through around the sides again and make sure that we have all the coffee grounds in there, because then the water is taking more time to go through more grounds, and in turn making the coffee stronger. And I love my coffee very strong, hence why I normally don't use milk anyway, but there are days where I'll take a little bit of milk, but not today because I don't have any. Right? That's where the milk would go, and it's not there. Yeah, so it's just sugar today. Oh man, as I said, this is my first video, so I'm not entirely certain what I want to do. So if you guys have any suggestions of what I should do, if you'll put that in the comments, then I'll know, at least I'll have a few ideas for what I want to be doing with this channel, because I would love for this channel to get just as big as my TikTok, because my TikTok has been growing, and it's like, okay, it's cool, but people tend to hate on stuff a lot on TikTok, and so I thought maybe we could make a separate channel on YouTube and actually try that out for once. I thought it'd be kind of fun, because I've noticed that there aren't very many furry YouTubers, which I think is kind of weird. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense because some people are weird about that. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was just hoping that maybe it would get pretty big. And if you have any ideas for like videos that would be funnier that you would like to see, just let me know and maybe I'll do them. Now we're gonna go through again, get the sides again, and then make sure that we get in the middle as well. You don't want to leave the middle empty, because the middle is where all those coffee grounds are going to populate, right in the center. And so when making that, oh, look how dark it is. Oh, yes. 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 Also, fun fact, we do sell, my father and I do have a very small business where we sell our own coffee that we roast, and I recommend it because I help run the company, and it's fine. But yeah, so we roast our own coffee, and it smells great. Oh my gosh. This one, I can't remember which exactly this one is. I believe it's a Yirgacheffe. I know that's super funny that it's a type of coffee. And it tends to be richer coffee. I think the standard one is like a milk chocolate note with like fruit. I can't remember. Oh, it's been a while. We don't have tags. I mean, we do have tags, but yeah, that's a thing. That's a whole separate thing. But yeah, so, and then now you can see all of the coffee grounds in the bottom. And at this point, if you can move them around, and if they start to move a little bit, you can tell that there's still water in there, and you want to give it a second. But since they didn't move, we'll keep going, get the middle, catch the sides. Coffee is like, I mean, I feel like it's an acquired taste, but at the same time, when dealing with specialty coffee like this, time is of the essence. Like, taking your time and going through and putting love into the coffee that you're making is the best thing for it. Because, like, look how dark it is. Oh, man. I love as this video has just evolved into me making coffee, and then it's basically just a coffee tutorial at this point. But I mean, let's just say, well, since it's suddenly turned into a tutorial, let me tell you what all of the things that I use are. For example, we love how extra I am. Okay, this is the grinder that I use. We love him. I would only recommend this if you have a very, if you've been making coffee for a very long time and know the grind that you use, especially for this particular type of method, or for other methods where they're very thin or very finely ground coffee beans. This particular this particular pour over is a Hario, and we love that for me because those are great. I don't remember what brand my kettle is. Oh, Bodum, there, look at that, wow. But it's super great, and I love them. I love it to death because it's wonderful and has many different uses. As I said, I use it for oatmeal, coffee, tea. So once you finish off your water, you can put that over to the side because I am such a legend like that. Also, fun fact, in my apartment, I have this lovely towel that says, "A hot, fresh coffee is the best way to start the day." Editor's note, when I edited this, and when I filmed it, it was actually like 4 p.m, which is definitely prime time for making coffee. Just saying. I love that towel. I bought it at Target for like $2 because, yeah. So, now that that's happened, we can tap this off, move it to the side, and we can pull this over here. Oh, marvelous. I set that to the side while that's going. And now we have our beautiful cup of coffee. That's not a cup, that's a pot. I know. Shh. Misspeaking is a thing. Okay. In time for the pouring. Look how dark it is. Oh, I'm gonna cry. It's so good. And I always leave some for myself later, especially if I'm like, I really want to refill. And so hence I do. And then I always do a taste test just to see if it's any good, which I'm not gonna do on camera because smile, no one knows what I look like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Now, as I said, this is very dark. Oh, I spilled on the counter. Screams, that's fine. We'll just dab, dab, dab on down. Oh, mercy sakes, I'm gonna die. I'm just spilling, I'm just a hot mess. Okay, well, there she blows. My coffee. It's my coffee. Oh my gosh, okay, I love it. It's amazing. Also, we love that I have just hand sanitizer right here. Also, this is where I hold on my D&D dice. I don't know why that's there, but it's there. Well, there we go. There's my lovely coffee making tutorial. Because I didn't know what else to do for this video. Because on TikTok, if you don't follow me on there, if you're just seeing this just because it happens to be on your recommended feed, which I don't know why on earth it would be on there, I made a video asking if I should make a YouTube channel. And people liked it and said I should. So here I am, making coffee for the masses, because why on earth not?
Alrighty. Woo. Oh my god. Well, that's all for today. And I guess that's all for today's video. I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to do, so as I said, if you have any ideas, let me know. And I will most likely do them, because I don't know what else to do on this channel. So, yeah. If you liked what you saw, make sure to, what's it called on here? It's subscribing, isn't it? Subscribe to my yes. Like and subscribe, that's what it's called. Yeah. But yeah, so there we go. And as promised to TikTok, here I am making videos on YouTube. So if you like what you saw, let me know in the comments below and tell me if you have any good ideas for what I should do in the future. Well, I guess that's it. Bye guys.